Hi, we're Antonia and Richard. Welcome to Ant and Dick's Excellent Adventure.
So this was home for the night. In Kazanlak. I'll put all this stuff on the maps for you. Airbnb apartment. I know you're going to say, oh, you're going soft, you brought the tent with you and everything else. It is too hot. It really is too hot to be in a tent at the moment. And I didn't record anything yesterday afternoon when we arrived, or yesterday evening, because it was too hot. But needless to say, here we are, overlooking the park, which was great. And we found a little cafe restaurant that did us a takeaway last night, where they even had one tucked away somewhere in a cupboard, one English menu. How cool is that? Especially for us. So we'll show you the park in a second. There's Douglas down there. I think the tyres are intact still. I don't think they've melted themselves to the block paving down there, but it was probably a fairly close run thing. So we are in the park opposite, and scan round. Beautiful fountain there. The monument of some kind there. They do like a good monument, the ex-Soviet countries. It's just beautiful, fantastic. We came out about 6 o'clock yesterday evening as it started to cool down, and you couldn't move out here. The whole place was just heaving with people of all ages. There's people our age just sat in the shade, families, young children, two big children's playgrounds here. So the kids were out playing, kids riding bikes around. The youngsters obviously use it as a meeting place for teenagers. But all very civilised, very friendly, just a wonderful atmosphere. There was one over by the entrance, the main entrance over here. No, sorry, over here. There was one security guard just stood there, just with a name badge on and a high-vis vest. Just presumably so that there was any problem with anybody, anything did go wrong, there's just somebody there to contact. But the place is immaculate. Not one piece of rubbish anywhere. And as we walk round, moving on, this is the Rose Museum. So this area is world famous for rose production. Oh look, and there's Ant. And I'm out in the sun now. My shoes have just melted. Oh no, it's not quite. It's quite early at the moment. So no, we haven't melted yet. It is quite early at the moment.
Yeah.
Or relatively. God, I do look like a film director, don't I? In my baseball cap. Got my tinted shades on as well.
I can vouch for that.
Yeah. That's not what you normally say I look like. But possibly that's not for YouTube.
Did you say we're in Rose Park?
No, I didn't. I've forgotten that's what it's called. Rose Park.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Ant knows everything, see? I'm just a driver and cameraman, as you all know.
Ah.
But totally immaculate. Beautiful. I'm saying what a wonderful mixture of people was here yesterday evening. Wasn't there?
Oh yeah.
Just everybody.
Community, wasn't it?
Yeah, just everybody enjoying themselves.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll bring you back again in a moment. We stood under the trees because it is, I'm just going to check, it is 10:15 and it is already baking out there. But there you go. A, we're not acclimatised to it properly yet, I suppose, even now. And B, you will go into a valley between two mountain ranges and you're surprised it's hot. Okay, never mind. And here we have the here we have the little gymnasium in the park here. Now I did wonder yesterday evening what Ant was doing leaning over that balcony with the binoculars, but I think some of the young lads were down here working out with their shirts off, obviously because it was hot, and I think that might have been something to do with it, but there you go.
Or watching the girls play. Is that Ludo on the ground?
That is Ludo on the ground.
I think it is.
Yeah. Yeah, that is Ludo on the ground. Anyway, it was the gym you were interested in, wasn't it, Ant?
Oops.
Yeah, yeah. You can tell all the nice people in YouTube land. Don't be embarrassed.
YouTube land, yeah. The nice lady at the Airbnb told us that there's a rose festival here, which sort of makes sense, seeing as it's supposed to be one of the sort of central rose oil production areas or towns, Kazanlak. So we've seen the Rose Museum, so we're going to come back next year, end of May, beginning of June.
That's what she said.
Yeah,
that's when the Rose Festival is.
So I bet that's quite a sight. Quite a sight. Oh, it's still beautiful now.
That's a date then, Ant. Oh dear.
We've got a date. Ooh.
So that's where we were last night. On the other side, the balcony was there. You can just see the window open still because we've got to go back and get our bags. That's where we were. Very nice too, so you can see how fantastic the view was. Looking down through the trees. Beautiful it was.
You can see a lot of the kids have been doing some pavement art as well. I think I got a photo of the family. Family.
Proper family.
So we've just arrived at I think it's called the Reservoirs Reservoir, because we do like a reservoir. And we're just going to find a shady spot for lunch. There's also this, is it a church or a chapel or something? Came up on Google Maps. Oh yeah, look at that.
Beautiful.
It's almost a ranch.
Can we have a look at that on the way out?
Yeah. Yeah, it is church. Once again, you can drive right down to the water's edge.
I was just going to say, you're back into this what I've spoken about before, the reservoir near Bulgarian is that, you know, within reason you can drive you can drive wherever you want.
What do you reckon?
You go round it, look.
We'll go round it.
That's what I reckon. Where do I get stuck in the mud? Maybe we'll... Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh, that's alright.
I'm just going to put the suspension up just so we don't...
Okay.
Get ready for a race.
Yep.
Did you all feel that?
I hope so.
Back on the track.
Back on track. Look, that's beautiful.
It's great. You imagine trying to do this in the UK. There'd be signs everywhere, wouldn't there?
Yeah.
Saying, you know, no no entry, prohibited, this, that and every bloody thing else. You know?
And decent.
And what harm are these people doing? None.
To head for those trees.
So here we are at the little chapel that we drove past on the way to lunch. We're just on our way back past again. Not hanging around too long because my shoes are starting to melt.
Yeah.
Go on, Ant.
My head.
And Ant's head. Where are we?
The church is called St. Johann Rilski. And I'm assuming that Zapalnia was an old village. As if a tornado has now swept away houses, fences, poles, that life was vibrant in this village, only the church reveals it. By Mr. Stoyanov.
That was good. Anyway, let's have a quick look.
Yeah. After 1966, the temple was defiled by atheists who vandalised and destroyed the frescoes, carving away the names of some of the people from Zapalnia who had sacrificed their lives during the wars.
Have a quick look.
Wow.
If this were a Bulgarian house for sale, it would read, may need re-roofing. Slight renovation. And don't steal the coins, I've told you about that before.
Bulgarian sparrows.
What are the coins, I wonder, in all these religious sites? There's always coins.
Yeah.
Is that for luck or as an offering or? Yeah, Bulgarian property for sale. Slight renovation needed. Ready to move into.
Artichoke. Tiny shells.
Yeah, they're everywhere. They're on the outside as well.
Yeah.
Really strange. Are they shells? They're not shells, are they? They are.
They are.
Very strange.
Well, Google Maps showed this underwater. Actually in the reservoir, didn't it? So,
Well, I suspect when it rains enough,
yeah.
it's flat enough here, isn't it? And tide's out at the moment. It's a reservoir, yeah, I know. But tide's out at the moment, But I suspect that during the winter with heavy rainfall, it probably is.
It's clinging to the shade.
Yep.
We are in the clubhouse.
I think so.
Aren't we?
Yeah. Anyway, onwards. There's an arty shot for you. Looking through the doorway. I'm getting good at this, aren't I? Okay.
Felt a bit like driving up into the Canadian Rockies or something.
I wouldn't know.
No, neither would I, to be honest.
It is but a bit like last year doing the first part of the Alps.
Yeah.
If you remember, it's a bit similar to that. They don't want to see my ugly mug. Film the bloody view.
It's not as easy as you might think.
So, Lee, from our derelict dream, if you're watching this, and if you're not, why not, is all I'm going to say. We are on your favourite road at the moment, heading north between Reservoirs or something and Elena. I see what you mean. Cracking drive, isn't it? So here we are now on the downhill leg of going across the mountains, which means I've passed my peak. Well, at least that's what Anne says to me anyway.
That's a good one, that one.
That's the way I tell them.
So come with us and hopefully we shall get a stunning view as we come downhill. So it's just around the next corner, isn't it?
Is it? What is it?
The stunning view.
Oh, I see, yes. Now this is a useful thing, look. So there are, as we said before, these springs everywhere. So there's a road sign there saying that 50 metres down the road, look, there's a spring. Look,
And there it is.
Just running water, look at that. What a stunning view. I'll give you a stunning view.
Wait for it. There. So we're driving across the Stara Planina mountains.
I don't know why you said that as though you were asking me. You're the bloody navigator. I thought you and Nish had decided to start Panini.
Paninis, yes, it's a lot easier to remember.
Easy to remember, yeah.
Now we're coming into Elena. I love it's lesser known, the back streets of insert name of town or village here. Okay. Is where you get so much character. Oh, it's Stork's Nest. The ones by our reservoir have fledged, I think, haven't they?
Flown the nest, so to speak.
Quite literally.
So this is now coming down through the old part of Elena, as you can probably tell by the cobbled streets, down to where we filmed several videos ago, and we did about the history of Elena.
On the history quarter.
Love all these old villages, they're just all so different. You can drive past
beautiful stonework.
you can drive past one house that's immaculate with a brand new roof on it, and the next one's falling apart. All
Like
villages
this.
are like that.
Yeah. It's the second most important thing to have when you live in Bulgaria, the chainsaw.
In 200 meters, turn left onto Relika, Malarian Makariopolski, Route 551.
What Sarah said.
Shush, Sarah. So here is the Black House that we videoed.
Yep, which houses the
Paleontology
yep,
Museum. I'll get the man go there.
and the Advocar house.
The Advocar house.
Route 551.
And 321 back in Elena. Bye for now.